This part of the series is about how do you know if you're making money or not? And this is a question that I get asked always by small business owners that are new to business, but also by people who have been around for a while. So it's not a simple, straightforward question for a number of people. The first thing is that cash flow and profits are different. And we're often tempted to feel that we're not making any money just because we don't have any money in our bank account. And that it can be an uncomfortable feeling, of course, not to have any money in your bank account, but it also isn't an indication that you're not profitable in most cases. So as an example, I'm talking today. If I was talking today for a large corporation, they would likely not be paying me for 90 days for today's work. So it would be tempting for me to think that I didn't make any money today because I didn't get any money today. But that's not how it works. I would earn the income today because I did the work today. It would be on my income statement in my financial statements for today. The fact that I don't get paid for 3 months because I'm dealing with a large company who doesn't pay anybody for 90 days, when I do get paid, that's cash flow. That is money in my pocket, but it isn't the same as profit. I don't earn that on the day that I get paid. So it can be tempting for people to use their cash flow to determine whether or not they're making money. And one of the ways I see this happening is with the bank statement. People get a bank statement, although actually what they're probably doing is looking on their computer or their phone to see what their bank balance is, and they can look at their activity there. That is called a bank statement, but it doesn't usually get mailed any longer. So if there's a number, a positive number on that bank statement, many of my clients are thinking everything's going to be okay. They got money in the bank. And you cannot use your bank statement to determine whether or not you're making money. The reason for this is that your bank statement, of course, is just the balance that's there. It doesn't answer the question, how much of that money is mine? And the only way that you can answer the question, how much of the money in the bank is mine, is by looking at your bank statement, your balance sheet. Your balance sheet shows what you have and what you owe. So let's imagine that my client shows that they have $3,000 in the bank. They might be thinking, woohoo, I got $3,000. And yet, when we look at their balance sheet, we see that they owe $4,000 to Canada Revenue Agency for HST. So this is, as an aside, they haven't put all of the HST they've collected in a separate bank account like we would have recommended. They have, in fact, spent some of the money that they owe to Canada Revenue Agency. So the $3,000 they're showing in the bank, none of that's theirs. In fact, they need to collect some receivables and sell some inventory in order to have enough cash to, in fact, pay Canada Revenue Agency. So the bank statement itself doesn't tell the whole story. You look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet shows what you have in the bank, who owes you money, what you have in inventory, and if you have any other assets like equipment or tools. That can then be compared to what you owe before you determine whether any of the money in the bank account is yours. So another issue that comes up sometimes with business owners is not understanding those financial statements. They look at their balance sheet or their income statement and they don't know the answer to, did I make any money? I will show my beautiful statements to a client and they'll say, so how did I do? And I'm thinking, well, how you did is on the income statement. Turn the page, look at the statement that shows you the revenue at the top of the page that you charged your clients, and then a list of all the expenses that you incurred in order to make that sale. So at the bottom line, as we call it, the net income after tax, that tells you if you've made money or not. There is no other way for you to figure out if you're making money or not than to look at your income statement and for it to show that you have either a net income or a loss. If it says loss, you didn't make money. If it says income, then you did make money, and that's how much money you made. And of course, the income is totally a comparison between what you charge your customers and what it costs you to do that. So if you want to make more money, you need to either increase your revenue or reduce your expenses. So the answer to the question, are you making money, is only answered by looking at your financial statements. It's not answered by looking in your pockets to see what cash you have. It's not answered by looking at your bank statement to see what money you have in the bank. The only way to figure out if your business is profitable is to take a look at your income statement and understand what it says.